Hello and welcome. This is Mystery Meatball Podcast. We're your hosts, Leo,
Lenny Benedanatanko.
And I'm Frankie DiCaprio the Sixth.
Where'd the other guy go?
F*** him, who needs him? All right.
Think he got shot up or something.
Well, this podcast is, it's from March 5th, 1949. It's called The Hardboiled Detective. It's about a detective named Orlando Murdoch, all right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good one.
Now, all right, we just get the calzones and the meatballs ready and we could start this shit. Ma!
I knew a detective once, but he
Shut
got
the
shot
f***
by...
up, Frankie. We're not talking about
Hey,
that
shut
shit.
the f*** up.
Hey, f*** you.
Hey,
Hey,
fuck you.
hey!
What?
Where's the breadsticks?
You're lucky you're related to my cousin.
We got Italian
I'd
ice.
kill you.
All we got is Italian ice.
Oh, damn. All right. F*** it. Let's start the episode, all right? Let's get the podcast going, all right?
Yeah.
Frankie, put on the fucking record.
All right, I'm doing it right now.
Frankie, quit fiddling with that fucking
Put
thing.
the record on,
Put the record
Frankie.
Let me finish this Italian ice.
Jesus.
I want
Frankie,
to...
put down the
Mother-
Italian ice
All
and I'll
right,
shove it right up your ass.
Jesus. All right, here we go.
And now, a message from your sponsors.
Oh, hey there, little boy.
Oh, hey there.
Come, sit on my lap.
Okay.
Let's talk about some things.
What's that?
That's just my boner.
Yes, boner chocolate bars. They're the tastiest chocolate bars around.
Don't be a loner, give me that boner. Make your taste buds all erect.
Boner, the best chocolate bar around.
Some cases are big. So big sometimes you gotta take a few steps back to get the whole picture crystal clear in your noodle. The name's Murdoch. Orlando Murdoch. P.I. in the seediest rat hole of the city you'd ever laid eyes on. Coast City. A place so vile the crooks will steal your pocket change just to catch a bus. Then they'll jack that bus and crash it into a jewelry storefront. Once they're done looting the place, they'll come back and beat you with a sack of diamonds so bad you'd think your name was Tiffany. As I was saying, some cases are big. Let me tell you about a case of mine that was so big you could see it from the fourth moon of Jupiter. It all started on the summer night of August 16th of the past year, and of course, it all started with a dame. I was in my office minding my own business when she tapped on my door. Who's there?
Good evening, Detective Murdoch. Mind if I trouble you?
This gal was something else, let me tell you. She was the type of gal whose legs went all the way down to the floor. I always mind, but that probably won't stop you.
My name is Glenda Rothschild, Detective. I have some delicate information that might pique your interest.
This piqued my interest. Out with it then. I don't got all day, all night for that matter.
Well, you see, my husband
My interest suddenly drops.
died not 2 days ago.
My interest peaks again.
You may have heard about it, the man who suffered massive internal hemorrhaging at the Ferris Drive-In.
I have heard of it, but what's this got anything to do with me, Miss Rothschild? You may have misread my title. I'm a private eye, not some head-shrinking grief counselor.
That's what all the papers said, but I know my husband better than anybody, and he showed no signs of being hemorrhage-prone for as long as I'd known him.
What are you playing at, miss?
What I'm playing at, Detective, is the fact that my husband, Richard, was murdered by way of poisoning.
And what makes you think that, Miss Rothschild?
Well, it wasn't any secret that Richard was on bad terms with the head manager at Ferris Drive-In.
It's gonna take a whole lot more than bad blood to paint Jordan as a murderer, Miss Rothschild. What evidence have you got?
What if I told you that my husband owed Jordan a large sum of money?
How big are we talking here?
$16,000. And I'll be willing to pay you handsomely to investigate this incident.
What price do you got in mind?
What do you say to 1,000?
Sweet tangerines, now this broad was talking. Make it $1,500 and I'll get you results by the end of the week.
I'll pay anything. Just bring my poor Richard the justice he deserves. Find my husband's killer, Detective, and I'll certainly make it worth your trouble.
I've always had a way with the dames, but this one was like putty in my hands. I could rub her against a newspaper and read the day's funnies. I'll have to keep an eye on this one. Can do, ma'am. Just point me in the direction of this Jordan character.
And now, a message from your sponsors.
Don't be a loner, give me that boner. Make your taste buds all erect.
Everybody wants a good old-fashioned boner, and boners are great for sharing. Share your boner with everyone. Don't be a loner, and flaunt your boner. They're the tastiest chocolate bars around.
Die, zombie Kaisers! No one escapes the blistering rays of Dr. Twinkenheimer's laser gun!
The 9 o'clock showing at the Fair's Drive-In is another one of those science fiction horror pictures with too much blood and not enough violence. I make my way to the concession stand past rows of cars with kids too invested in each other's tongues to see a kraut zombie get its head eviscerated.
Here you go, sir. 1 egg malt and popcorn.
I asked for a popcorn malt and a bag of eggs, you dweeb. God, take it back.
Oh, I'm sorry for the mix-up, sir. These will be on the house.
I'm going back in my car and French kissing my gal.
I can see that the kid behind the stand couldn't be more than 15 years old, what with all the pimples, braces, and crippling sense of self-worth. Tough night, kid?
Good evening, mister. I'll be fine. Would you care for a refreshment?
Unless you got single malt whiskey back there, I don't think I'll be having anything. Thanks.
Well, what can I help you with tonight?
I'm Detective Orlando Murdoch, kid. Private Eye. I'm looking for the owner of this establishment. Any idea where I can find a Harold Jordan?
Mr. Jordan? He should be in the projector room back there.
The kid points me in the direction of a shack nearby. I thank him for his help and offer my condolences for his remaining teenage years. After a short walk, I find the door to the projection shack. I knock.
Who's there?
Are you Harold Jordan, acquaintance of Richard Rothschild?
Yeah. Who's asking?
Detective Orlando Murdoch, Mr. Jordan. I assume you're aware of Mr. Rothschild's recent passing?
Of course. Couldn't have happened to a nicer fella, if you ask me.
My first impression of Harold Jordan was lousy. The tiny shanty that housed his large, sweaty frame reeked of hard liquor and despair. Who said I was asking?
What?
Mr. Jordan, are you aware that the evidence surrounding Mr. Rothschild's death are what we in the investigative business like to call fishy?
What exactly are you trying to say, Detective?
What I'm trying to say, Harry, is I have a report that Richard owed you a great deal of money. Is that right?
Yeah, but wait. You ain't saying that I killed him, are ya? I got an alibi, you know.
And what would that be?
I was out of town the night Rothschild died.
Out of town?
Yeah.
Well, how convenient for you.
Look, mister. I don't like being accused of being a part of something I had nothing to do with.
What's your relationship to Mrs. Rothschild?
Linda? I don't know. She was just Dick's wife. I hardly ever spoke to her, honest.
There was an evasive nature in Jordan's voice. Something was afoot, but I just couldn't smell it yet. All right, Jordan, you get off tonight. Don't think this is the last you've seen of me. Till next time, Harry. Of course Jordan was lying. He was knee-deep in this whole fiasco. I just needed to find the evidence to prove it. It's about time I got to investigating some of the case files on the so-called freak accident of Richard Rothschild. I stop at Central and a couple high-level clearances later, and I've got every document I could need to blow this case wide open. Just as I sat down to go through the mountainous mountain of paperwork, the chief walked into my office.
Murdoch! I hear you're sticking your nose in a closed case.
Chief Ganther was a big fella, both in the weight he threw around the division and the weight he had tucked in the waist of his dockers.
I don't need my detectives getting caught up in some dead-end sob story any floozy throws their way. Wrap it up and quick.
Come on, Chief, you can't chalk this Rothschild death up to pure coincidence. Listen, there's this guy, Harold Jordan.
Oh, Murdoch! Coast City has enough crime on their hands for everyone in this department. I would hate for you to miss out.
I get similar reception from the chief when I do my best work on cases, but there was a sense of urgency and determination in his voice that I hadn't heard previously. His case may have gone cold, but I was about to warm it up again and have leftovers. What's this? By God, this sheds some light on the whole kit and caboodle. Looks like I have to pay my old pal Jordan another visit tomorrow morning.
And now, a message from your sponsors. Bona, it's the best chocolate bar in the nation. Bonas are designed for maximum delight. The B stands for bananas, the O stands for oranges, the N stands for nougat, the E stands for eggs, and R stands for ricin. Bona, the best chocolate bar around.
I was able to get the address for the residency of Harold Jordan first thing in the morning, and within the hour was knocking on his front door.
Oh, not you again. Look, I ain't got nothing to do with this.
Enough games, Jordan. I just happened across the Rothschild's life insurance policy. Care to take a guess at the cash sellout?
Hey, buddy, I ain't saying no more till you get some sort of warrant.
Here's my warrant.
Yeah, all right, I give, stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. All right, I give, stop hitting me.
16 grand, Jordan? You think you'd slip Richard a Mickey and extort Miss Rothschild into paying off her husband's debt?
It was all her idea.
I oughta... What?
Dick's widow, Glenda. She told me if I got her the stuff to take him out of the picture, she'd take care of everything. I get my 16,000 and then some. Said we'd travel together, but now it's all screwed up.
I couldn't believe my own two ears. This Rothschild dame played me like Artie Shaw's clarinet. Where is she, Jordan?
Last I knew, she was at home.
You'd better stay put, Harry, if you know what's good for you. I sent for a black and white to pick up Jordan and throw him in our central holding cell, because for the moment I had to track down Glenda Rothschild. For all I knew, she was halfway to the moon at this point. I pulled into the Rothschild's driveway, double time, and kicked in the front door. No time for pleasantries at this point, because someone had to pay, and I was all out of pocket change. Glenda, it's all over. Jordan gave you up. Where are you hiding?
Right over here, Detective.
I whipped around behind me, and to my surprise, there sat Glenda Rothschild in a corner armchair without a care in the world.
What took you so long, Detective? Couldn't you tell from looking at Jordan that he was just a patsy? Didn't have the guts to off Richard by himself, but he wanted his money back, and I had the perfect bait to get him involved.
Why'd you do it, Glenda? Why kill your husband?
Richard never loved or cared for me. Always out, late at night, cavorting with card sharks. In the end, he got what he deserved.
I think you're gonna need to come with me, Miss Rothschild.
I think not, Detective Murdoch.
And just like that, she was brandishing a pistol with all the bravado her slender frame could. If my hand wasn't anxiously hovering over my own pistol at my hip the whole time, this might have been a different story. She was quick, but I was quicker. Not so fast, Glenda.
You don't understand. I couldn't go on living in this hell. I needed to get out. There was no other way.
Killing a man in cold blood is no way to sell anything, Glenda. Give it up now before things get too messy.
Things are already too messy, Detective.
Wait. No! And just like that, Glenda Rothschild turned the gun on herself and popped the back of her head open like a box of Cracker Jack. Only there was no prize inside this time. It wasn't the way I'd seen the case ending, not by a long shot. Jordan was locked up as an accessory to murder, and Glenda Rothschild was buried with nothing to gain. The investigation could finally be laid to rest, but it's one that I still have to sit with, late at night a year later, to pore over. Glenda Rothschild made her decisions that fateful night, a decision to end a troubled marriage, a decision to start fresh. It was another night at the drive-in, except there was no happy ending.